warehouse and took his time raping her over and over again. After hours in this warehouse, Hiroshi finally took Junko to a hotel and phoned up 2 more of his friends. From then on, the 3 teenage boys took turns assaulting Junko. The boys then decided that they were having too much fun with Junko to just let her go. So the boys took Junko to a park and said that if she ever tried to escape from them, they would end her entire family. They then took her back to one of the boys' parents' homes, where they held her prisoner for 42 more days. They held her captive in a bedroom and had her pose as one of the boys' girlfriends. But after the boys realized that they wouldn't get in any trouble for their actions, they eventually dropped the whole boyfriend-girlfriend act with Junko. Over the span of these next 42 days, these group of boys would take turns raping and torturing Junko all day, every day. These group of Yakuza wannabe thugs even bragged about what they were doing to Junko to their friends and got more people in on the crime. They invited over 30 of their friends to have their way with Junko, and it is said that over 100 more people knew about the fact that Junko was being held prisoner. It is even said that the parents who owned the house that Junko was being held captive in knew about it the entire time and did literally nothing. This is because the parents who owned the home that Junko was being held captive in knew about their son's violent nature and were scared of him. And what's even more sickening about this is that they were scared about what it might do to their reputation within their own community. Eventually, one of the people who got invited over to see Junko in her current state would go on to tell Junko's own brother about what was happening to her and her imprisonment. This led to Junko's brother informing the police what was happening to his sister and where it was happening. The police were sent to investigate what was going on, showed up to the house that Junko was being held captive in, asked the owners of the house if there was a girl being held captive within their home, to which the owners said no, and the police ended up leaving the house without